but that's one thing that we need to work on is our communication. I think we
What's
both
there
have,
to work on?
I guess what
Comprehending.
Okay.
I don't think it's comprehending. I have triggers, and it's certain words that make me feel like, I don't know, not belittling me, but it's like, how can I say the right word? I don't know, make me feel like I'm not a child.
Blunt. I'm very blunt at
Okay.
times.
Yeah,
so
but now you can say that. Yeah, he's very blunt, and it's just how it comes off. And I wish it come off not a little softer, because I'm sensitive. So that's that. Look, y'all, I'm gonna cry.
Welcome to Relationship Audit,
the relationship podcast where we sit down with a new couple every episode and take a look at the ups and downs of their courtship, look at their relationship goals, their intimacy, their communication, give them relationship advice, and so much more. This is not couples counseling. We are not couples counselors. This is Relationship Audit. Today, we sat down with Tiffany and Dee. They're a young couple in their 20s that have been off and on for 7 years. It's been rocky and bumpy. They have huge issues with their communication, finances, trying to raise 2 kids together, and trying to figure out their new life together. So make sure you watch the whole thing, enjoy it, let us know what you think in the comments below, and make sure to click that subscribe button for the next episode. All right, guys, so let's start with names and ages. We'll start with Tiffany.
Hi guys, I'm Tiffany and I'm 26.
Awesome. And Dee.
I'm D. Go by Mr. D to the E. And I'm 25, going on 26.
So 25 and 26. All right. How did you guys meet?
TGI Friday.
Tell us more.
Wait, what?
Were you
So
guys
eyed
working
her
there?
down?
I was working there.
Yeah?
I was the person at the front door, host, and I was everything there when I was working at that time. So, when she first came in, I was just doing my job like normal, set her down at a table and things like that. I wasn't thinking like too much about it at all, I see cute girls all the time coming to TGI Friday, so I just set them down. So, but this day, it was kind of odd because when I set her down, whoever was supposed to be there never ever came.
No.
Like I was waiting patiently, like, okay, who's she coming to see?
Oh, you were going on a date?
Somebody stood me up.
Oh my God. Wait, stop. Wait,
You always see those stories on the TV shows, but you never hear one in real life.
No, yeah. Somebody stood me up. It was his birthday, and I just wanted to treat him something nice for his birthday. I don't know. I'm just too nice. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, let's go out to TGI Fridays. I had got my nails done. I had just got off of work. I was ready. So he told me he couldn't make it. So I still went, like, I'm going to go by myself. So it was like a 2-seater, across from each other. And then he came, and I'm like, he kept staring at me. I'm like, why are you staring at me?
We had a staring contest.
Eye contact was
y'all don't understand. Like, cause if y'all would have seen the way she was looking at me, and in my mind, like, if I like, is I'm tripping or is she really looking at me?
Is she undressing me with her eyes?
Literally.
What's
So
happening?
I'm over here, and the next thing I know, I said, all right. In my mind, I said, I'm finna stare at her and see if she's staring at me. So we literally did it for like a good 4 or 5 minutes, and then so I still had to do my job. So I couldn't keep staring at her when I still had other people at the front door and stuff like that. So, I'm still doing the job. I even came back, like I picked up your menu and something like that. I said, you still need this? She said, no. So
No.
I grabbed it. I took the menu, and then I was finna come back, try to get her phone number or something like that, right? She was gone.
I was gone.
Wait.
When
So
I
you
mean
lost
Cinderella story for real.
Yeah.
Did you leave your
Cinderella.
slipper behind?
Let me tell you.
She left her contact. I needed the info. Snapchat, because at
Yeah.
that time frame we was really big on Snapchat and Kick and
yeah.
stuff like that. We was like, high school,
Yeah.
middle
Back
school
in the
still.
day.
Yeah, back in the day. So I wasn't even trying to get her number. I just wanted her Snapchat or something. So, but it's crazy because the same day, right? So, I just go about my day. I stopped thinking about it. I said, but it was, so I go home. Then Snapchat, right? Snapchat, they snitches. They tell on people. So they let you know when somebody's screenshotting, when they doing anything out of the ordinary to your content. So I got a notification. Somebody, they screenshotted not one, but like 4, 5 of my pictures. I'm just looking like, who is this? Like, what is going on right now? So then I end up checking. I went to go watch her story. I say, hold on, is this the same girl that was staring at me today? Literally the same girl. So I end up texting her, like, was you just at TGI Friday today? And then she said, yeah. I said, no. Matter of fact, before I even text her, I said, no, I'm finna go screenshot war her.
Yeah.
So you wanna take pictures of my stuff? So I went to literally one of her story, and I started screenshotting everything. Screenshot.
Let's go. We're about to war this
Yeah,
out.
we on the war mode right now. So then we just end up talking and stuff. She letting me know, like, yeah, she from TGI Friday. She letting me know, like, we just really start going in about everything. She letting me know that she had a kid already.
Yeah, I want to be honest.
She was just being completely honest, and just it's crazy because literally I just got out of a relationship with someone that had a child, but they cheated on me.
Ooh.
Like, so it was like I was kind of like already in the mindset of I don't mind if you got a child or not. I'm mature enough. I had a stepfather myself as well growing up, so it's like that ain't something I look at as when I'm dating wise as a I can't mess with you because you got a child type of thing.
How old were you at that time?
17, 18.
Yeah, because I was going.
And you were ready for a kid or to raise someone else's
It wasn't
kid?
that I was more ready. It just I know I have the mindset for it to the point where if I did take it serious, I wouldn't shine away from it or be to the point where I don't think I couldn't handle it.
Gotcha.
It
It wasn't something that bothered you.
Yeah, it didn't bother me. For one, he was like 4, I believe,
Yeah,
like
it
4 or
was
5 at that time. So it's like he was already past the baby stages. So it got to the point when I really did meet him, he was more of trying to beat me up. Like, who is this about my mom? And then he warmed up to me to the point where now it's like, man, that's my little son.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
As far as that last relationship, how long do you guys date for?
We dated for 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months.
Yeah, and it was just new. And that was the first person I ever dated with a child. And it was just me trying to, like I said, me because I was still like, I think 11th grade, 12th grade.
Probably coming out.
Almost coming out of high school. So it's like, at this point, in my mind, like, I'm not sure how dating life is or if I just didn't know.
Yeah,
So it's like me just going with it and not me trying to be so judgmental at that time. So just like luckily I did go through something before I met her because it must for sure matured me in a way to the point where I would have never I would have been ready at that time.
Yeah. All right, so you guys met around the age of 17-ish. Did you guys start dating right away?
Yeah, when me and her after the TGI Friday incident, and we had a whole conversation in the Snapchat. It was on from there. Like we ended up meeting up. Like we smoked it at that time. So,
We did.
so I was like, "You want to match me?" She like, "Yeah, I want to
Let
match."
me tell you,
Go ahead, tell the story.
because first of all, I had to take a picture of him. Like, why is he staring at me? I took a picture of him at his job. And sent it to my friend.
Wait. While you were there sitting
Yes.
eating, you took a picture
Yes.
I
of
know
him?
I
I'm like,
wasn't
why are you
tripping.
staring at me? Because I don't know. I mean, I'm
Right?
weird.
No. That's awesome though, because that's a story.
Yes.
For sure.
No, you're not weird to be like, why is
Yeah,
this
that's
fool
really what it
staring at
was.
me?
I'm like, I took from like, why is he staring at me? So, at that time, Facebook, like, add me on Snapchat party. So maybe that's how I got his Snapchat.
Right. So
So it was like, yeah, this is the same dude I just met. So I did screenshot. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly him. And then after that, we like, you smoke? I'm like, yeah, let's match. Then he came to my house. My mom let him come over. We was chilling in the living room, of course.
I met the mom. I met the dad.
Yeah, and I was mature.
First date?
Yeah, the first date.
Well, that wasn't our
First
first date,
What,
though.
the first meet.
I took him to Osaka's, okay? But our first
Osaka.
So second date.
yeah, our second
It's
date.
not much better.
So we had, we smoked. He thought I lost my, I never had none.
And when I came,
But I lost
it
my
seemed
bag.
like I came with what we were supposed to do, and she didn't come
I
with her
don't know
end on her end. But at the end of the day, like I guess when I was about to leave, she was so like excited to see me that day
was.
that she dropped it, and it was right in front of the door. So when I was about to leave, I said, "Oh, this where is that?" She said, "See, I told you."
Yeah.
That's
It was-
awesome.
So that would make it like a 9 or 10-year relationship so far. Has it
7.
been like 7
Yeah.
years?
Yeah, we've been together for, 7 years now?
7 years.
December 9th, 2000 and, Lord Jesus, we've been together for too long. 2012. I just graduated, so 2015.
There you go.
December 9th, 2015.
2015.
'Cause I
Right
graduated
after high
the
school.
next year.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Well, any
Yeah.
breaks in between there?
Yeah, of course.
It
Well,
was
not
like-
of course, but yes.
It
we
was a
had-
few.
Not of course. But
It was a few, and it was more on my end. I won't even sugarcoat it. I was very young at that time, so it was like I said, I was still trying to figure it out if I'm finna go learn turn with this, or if I'm finna let the younger version of me take over. Because at that time frame, I even told her like, I wasn't looking for a long-term relationship at that time. We didn't even know if we were finna be like a one-time type of thing, but it ended up growing into something amazing to the point where I was like, do I really want to let this go? Or I got to the point where I was having a deep conversation with myself. Like, man, you gotta pay attention. Like, what's going on right here?
Every moment in life, you gotta think about what's worth it. And like, I've had my fun, but like, this girl's different, or this guy's different.
Right, and do I really want to be annoyed with all these other females? Like, you gotta think about it. That's people don't realize how much it takes in a relationship or even meeting people like that. Constant trying to do that. You get to a point where you start questioning yourself, like, is it me? Because you could consistently go into different relationships and stuff like that, and it's not a good habit.
No, it's not. It's not a good habit. All right, so tell me a little bit more about these few breaks. What kind of caused them? How many have we had?
The first break.
We had like 3.
Yeah,
it was like 3 or 4. It ain't been that many.
Okay.
The major one though that made us like grow as an individual was when. Lord Jesus. So one day I'm on my way to work, and at this time I was staying in Indiana, and I was working in a liquor store, and I was on my way to work, and he called me like, "Who is John John?" Okay.
Who is John John?
Who is John John?
And I'm so real, like I'm so open talking about this conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he from BMF, which is a dance thingy. We used to be on a dance team called Crucial Creations. So I'm like, he's from Crucial Creations, used to dance together. So, and then, because, Lord Jesus, this is crazy. So,
This is.
He was like, no, you said, you had sex with him before. I'm like, where did this come from? Which I did, but it was long before I met him.
And you just closed this to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm like, that's not how I was like, yeah, this is some guy I had sex before. I'm like, we're on Cruise Creations, a dance team together. But I did let him know, like, that was a long time ago. However, I even was ready to show my receipts because my son's father at the time, he was so crazy. Like, he brought that up before at that time. So I'm like, I can even ask this when it's happened. Like, it happened so long ago, like 2013, way before I met him. And the guy they were talking about me. They were having guy talk. And they was like, Tiffany ain't faithful, because this is when he was living long distance in Minneapolis.
With that, I'm going to say, every friend ain't your friend.
Yeah.
That's what I quickly learned, because after that, the same person that was telling me that this information that I got was trying to literally
get
talk
on
to
with
her.
me.
I've been there too.
That's how it goes.
And I seen it. I said, "Wow, bro! So you just made me do all of this because really, with you, she ain't even that good looking, is it? But all that extra stuff, bro. But you in her inbox."
Yeah, I haven't reached because at that was some stuff like that was my friend's cousin, so it wasn't like bound to happen. We just always flirted with each other type stuff, but it was nothing serious. Like I can never, we just I don't know fling. So that happened, and then that was a long time ago. So I told him like, yeah, that happened a long time ago. I haven't reached out to him like, when did this happen? Because like I want to prove to him like I would never do that to you, like cheat on you, even though we're far away. Like I was focused on my son and working. It was COVID. Like why y'all been talking about me and y'all guy talk? Like I guess they didn't really believe I was faithful, and it was really just that guy.
All they girls was cheating.
Was that like the first time?
The first?
No, that was the
that you guys.
The third
That was the
time?
third and
But that
final
was-
time.
yeah.
After that one, we was on break for literally almost a full year.
Yeah.
Like we was still
No
connected.
contact.
No, we was contacting each other. We had.
I disappeared.
She did for a few months.
I
She
disappeared.
did.
Because that really took me out of my character.
I thought I lost her, y'all.
Because that really made me
And-
upset.
and that hurt in my heart right there. I ain't gonna lie.
I went
Well,
4
let's
days.
dive a little bit more into that. So,
Yeah.
what made you when she came back? Were you like, okay,
She
not
didn't
happening
just, she
again?
didn't just come
Oh,
back.
I didn't. It wasn't a.
It
it wasn't a
so
she just
peaches
came
and
back.
cream.
Girl, she made you work
ain't
for it.
Yeah,
She made you
Cause
work.
they
she
messed
made me
up.
feel for it, like
There you
really
go.
feel for it, because at that moment, like I started realizing, like, bro, anybody can come take her for real.
Yeah.
She started being around like other like influencers, like I guess podcast type of people or radio type of people.
Yeah, I was on my stuff.
Yeah, so it was like, and then like she'd tell me like we was contacting her. She'd tell me like this dude tried to try to get on with me, this and that. And then she was even like when she said she disappeared for a little minute. I guess
Why
somebody.
would you tell him that,
So
Tiffany?
just to let him know, like, It wasn't like to throw it. I don't know. I guess I'm too
ask
honest.
questions,
He
too.
does ask questions.
Yeah, but was it you wanted him to know what
like,
he's missing
it's
out
other
on?
fish in the sea, and I you know what I'm saying?
No, girl, I know what you said. We know what you said.
I just had to let him know like it's other options out here, but at the end of the day,
But that was kind of you saying I haven't closed the door
yet.
yet.
I haven't closed the door yet, but it's other people that are admiring me, and I don't mind mingling if that happens because get my feet wet, because like I put a lot in this relationship, so it really messed me up that even the way how he called me, it was like out of character. So if he would have sat down with me, and I guess it was hard because we're long distance, but it was just a type of conversation. And even before that, like I don't know, it took a lot out of me, out of my character. So I had to show him like I am that woman. Like I could show you that you can miss out on this if you keep playing with me.
Apparently, so he figured that out.
Yeah, and I didn't want to jump into back in the relationship too easy. I just wanted to again work for it. Like show me, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And now it hurt me though. I was crying, sad, listening to music, drinking wine, but I couldn't show that.
Man, that was the time frame. I was sitting in books.
Yeah.
I ain't know I can text that much.
Yeah.
And this was about a year.
A full year before we got back together. Yes, it took a full year.
All right, so what made you guys get back together, or what initiated that?
What was that like? I guess you could say the moment where you were
she said, I come visit you, so she was still come, like say I still come visit you, because like we was still in a long distance relationship at that time. So like I still was asking, you gonna come see me still? She said, yeah, I still come see you. So when she finally came to come see me, that's when what was going on?
George Floyd.
Because I was living in Minnesota at that time, so George Floyd just happened. Like, so she got to see the whole little weekend when it was going crazy. She was out there with me experiencing all of that. So like I guess when we started seeing that, man, this little stuff we got going on is little compared to the real world around us. So
that's pretty mature.
It was like we literally got we got videos and so much footage of us just going up and down the community of when it was like everybody breaking into things. Yeah. Like it got to a point where I was against it. I ain't gonna lie, I was against it. I'm like, bro, I'm not finna break in here with y'all. No. But then I started realizing, like, man, for real, honestly, I'm being real. I was like, come on now. Like I said, nah, y'all right now. I can use some of this stuff myself.
I want to make it very clear. I'm still against the breaking in.
But it's a different feel when you there. Like you will be against it, but
we weren't in Minnesota. We were in downtown Santa Ana, Orange County, and it was crazy.
Y'all gotta realize it branched off from Minnesota. It's different from where it started. From where everybody else just reacting.
And look, I don't want to get into the politics of it. Cool. But I hear you.
So once that happened though, that changed our lives for sure. So I think that brought us even closer because we realized like, man, people dying left to right. People, it was so chaotic.
It made you realize what you really appreciate.
Yeah, and we always supported each other. Like even if like together now, if we're together, I will still be his number one supporter, his number one fan in everything that he's doing. And at that time, I was going through something with my mom. We had fallen down. We're like best friends, but at that time, I was growing up, so that's when I'm like, I need to move around, and I went to Minnesota, and just having him still there, just supporting me, and that's where it really, just the support wise, like we need each other.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he's not, and I'm not. No matter how hard we try, like we can't stay away from each other, like.
And that was 2020-ish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
like
right
around
clean,
COVID.
smooth selling since then.
Yeah, we ain't no. We have our arguments, but it'd be like the dumbest arguments about.
And we'll get into that.
It'd be like the dumbest arguments, but it's nothing major.
Nothing major,
big.
No big.
Even when we say the dumbest stuff, we just look at each other like, okay, you can say that just because you're saying it because you're mad.
Right.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You ain't better about me.
Yeah.
So what about the other two breakups? What were those?
That was just
similar?
me being very young and dumb.
Infidelity.
Gotcha.
And then at the time, like I was like when I got with her, I was like actually I was in 2 relationships. Don't even let me lie to y'all.
Okay.
I was
At
in
the same time.
at the same time.
I didn't know nothing about that.
This before her. When I got with her, it was only her. But before her, I was what you call Thadiana or whatever.
Was
this when you were dating that other?
Yeah, like when
All
I was
right,
dating.
so then I gotta ask the obvious question: why do you care that she cheated on you?
Because at that time it was me listening to my friends being dumb, and I think that was me trying to find a way out.
Okay.
Yes, that's
so you didn't want it anymore anyway.
It wasn't that I didn't want it. I think I just wanted to see how I feel. But then I realized, boy, you don't want it.
Thank you for that one.
Like,
I appreciate that.
That's dumb. You don't realize what you're wishing upon yourself that you think you won't. So.
I think it was like a way for him to try to get out of the relationship to me. Like, I don't know. That's what I felt like. Like, if you want, just be honest. If you want, you're growing up and now you're on your own. I understand that you're a man. And if you want to just figure out who you are individually and be single, go ahead. But don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. When you trying to figure that out. So, yeah, I definitely, like you said, yeah. Just trying to.
It was a way out at that time. It was very dumb and very just young and dumb.
Yeah, for sure. Because you met her when you were 17.
Yeah,
so
and I think that's why I kept giving him a benefit of the doubt because we were so young getting in a relationship. So like now I don't think he will ever do this. No. I hope not, but I don't think he will ever.
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's not worth the time.
I think we grew so much.
It's not worth the lying. It's not worth it at all. And then I got kids, so it's like,
and that's another part.
Do I really want to try to mess around when I got kids? They paying more attention than she are.
Oh, absolutely.
So I got to make sure I teach them the right way, because I pay attention to my father, I pay attention to my stepfather, I pay attention to the men that was around me growing up. So I know if I paid attention, they will as well. Okay. And I want to teach them the best way I can.
So, okay, we laid the groundwork. Let's go into goals. We'll start with you, Tiffany. So, individually, independent of Dee, when you're 60 years old, what is your romantic goals for life?
My romantic goals? Yeah. Even though individual, see, I always
just a mystery, just who's that Pokemon? The mystery person there. What are your goals independent of Dee?
Independent of Dee.
Romantically,
just of course traveling, like romantic wise, just experience these adventures together. Like I'm always talking about, I can't wait to go here, I can't wait to go there.
She's a travel agent now.
So yeah, now that like you said, I just became an independent travel agency. So I'm always, even when I'm making like proposal for others, I can't wait to do this with my spouse, like with my partner. Like that's my goal, just taking trips with my partner around the world, just networking. When
you say partner, do you picture yourself married? Let's say 60,
do. Yeah, I definitely want to be married by then. Like I even told him, like I feel like now it's like, what are you waiting for? But I'm not rushing everything because I know we're still young and we still, but we've been together for a long time. But at some of those years we were young, so what I'm saying, we're still going through all these seasons with each other, and most of the seasons we have been through. But I definitely, that's one of my goals as well.
And
for sure.
More kids?
Maybe one more. He wants another one because I have one that's not with him, so he definitely wants another one.
Are you open to that?
I at first I wasn't, but I am open to it, and only because like I want to get married when I don't want to have another child out of wedlock. So that is my goal. If I do want another child, I want to be married. Let me
ask why.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had 2 children out of wedlock already. My other child, I had him when I was very young, 15 years old. So and me and his father's not together. And then, my baby, my 1-year-old, we are together, of course, and that's still out of wedlock. So I just want another one when, we're married and walking down the aisle, tie the knot, same last names, because I'm like, all my sisters have the same last name, and I'm the only one, So it's just like, I want that,
Well, and it's super important to model that for your kids to show this is what a healthy relationship looks like.
And right now I'm showing it because, like, Jaden, my oldest, he's the only one that actually, he hasn't seen no other. Even when we dating other people, he never seen them. Like, this is the only one that has.
That's good. That's
yeah,
really
and my
good.
mom told me that. So even like my guy friends, who is that? Yeah. I'm like, no, they're just a guy friend. But he know who he is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
he's not.
And that's very important, I believe, in my perspective.
Is it, are both calling you daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Pop, stepdad.
He called me all of that.
Yeah, my dad's a YouTuber, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so Dee, individual goals.
But you saying romantically?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I know it was a tricky question. Yeah,
it's a tricky question,
yes.
but basically, it's where do you want to be when you're 60 years old?
Okay, for sure. I want to be for sure married. Okay. We will be married. Don't worry. I want to be married. I do want another child, and I want grandkids at that time frame. I want to be able to. Besides just us traveling, we traveling with the grandkids to the point where I say, "Hey, I want my grandkids. You go over there. I don't want you there. I done enough with you as a kid. Move around."
Agreed. Yeah.
So I want to be like on my mom and them, well, my grandparents level, where I got multiple grandkids and just my family big now, and I seen all the success and like that we've been working towards actually come to
fruition. Wow.
I get you. That,
I get you.
Come into real life and reality.
Yeah.
So that's just what I really can't wait for.
I mean, it sounds like you guys are on the same page individually. Yeah. So let's talk romantic goals as a couple, short term. What are we thinking? A year from now, where are we?
Well, basically getting all our credit paid off.
Okay.
That's the goal. No, I agree. Yes.
It is. I'm so happy.
We already looking forward to move. So luckily, hopefully, we will be in our new home by next year.
Okay.
There you go.
So, what else should we? You come on.
You saying all the good, like our credit wise, we're working on the credit, just saving and building as together, just even helping each other build each other goals with each other, like supporting him for sure, because he does a lot. He does a lot more than me, and he's an entrepreneur. So that's one of the main things, I guess, romantically that short term goal. Just
And you guys are very open to talking about finances.
Oh he's
each other's dad.
I am the one that love talking about it, even though she don't like hearing about it.
And I have to get used to that.
Understandable. So, because I when me and him started dating, that was a sensitive topic for me. At the end of the day, but you guys seem to already dive in, and
we do. But that's the main. I feel like that's the only part that we really fall out the most at is when I'm trying to talk finance, and it's just me trying to really break down of what my brain is trying to explain to her. Because I don't mind spending, but it's just we have a plan behind it. We have a budget behind it. We just can't be going so crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, because I love her. Because if it wasn't for her, sometimes I wouldn't look like I'm taking care of myself. Honestly, like some of the clothes and this is for my stylist right here. My stylist, because she don't play. Like she makes sure we still have the little things that I'm not thinking of. Even though I'm thinking of this major thing of we got to be this 10-year plan, 5-year plan of what I'm trying to get us to the point where we can spend crazy. Yeah. But let's get there first. But with her, we're already there.
No, it's not that I'm already there. It's just that I don't want to forget. Because like normal people, we mostly focus on our bills and sometimes we don't take care of ourselves. So I don't mind. That's why I feel like even though it's like opposites attract. It's so weird. I can't explain it, but like, we balance each other out because I definitely need him, especially for the finances. I probably don't know where I would be without him with finances, because it's not like I spend money, but I love treating myself. We work too hard to not to treat ourselves.
Honestly, I agree with you. 100%.
And I understand that he wants
to a degree, but that is, and don't take offense to this.
No, you're fine.
That is a little bit of a childish thought, because if you guys have to have
structure.
Structure. So if you have set aside, I don't know what your guys' finances look like, $300 a month for fun, and you dive into that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you go outside of that, it starts to get childish because you can. I mean, I justify so many purchases with well, we work hard, and the amount of crap that piles up. I mean, I bought a PS5 or a Steam Deck and all this stuff just because we work hard, we deserve it. Well, it starts to, and then the money you don't know, or the Amazon habit, it starts to just.
And I did slow down.
No, it's Sheen.
There's always something. There's always something.
I did slow down, and like even when I got my taxes, the first thing I did was pay off my credit card bills. Like that's the first thing I did. I put stuff in my savings. Every time I get paid, I put something towards it. I think the only time was this check when they fucked up my check and forgot to put towards. I mean, they forgot a whole week of my check. That was the only time, but. Other than that, I asked them how much you want me to put towards this, things like that, because I do want to let them know, like, I am trying and I want this to work financially wise. Like, I'm on the same page as you. So I don't want him to think I'm spending crazy. I don't know. It's not
how do we handle finances as a couple? Do you guys share an income?
No.
But like if he.
It's basically like this. It's even. It's whenever you need me, I got you. Whenever she need me, I got her. It's whoever got what we need, we gonna take care of it.
Is that how you guys plan to handle it forever? Like, let's say you're married in 10 years. Is that how you guys still plan to handle it?
Yeah, because it works for us. It really works for us. I don't mind whenever she need me, I got her, or vice versa. Because at the end of the day, that's what your other significant other's supposed to be there for, no matter what. It's on all levels. If they got you, they got you. So I got her no matter what. She got me no matter what, and I know that.
Do you think this was more so like how you guys were raised, or do you feel?
Yes, it's most definitely a little bit of how I raised me, watching my mom and my father, not my stepfather, my father. Yeah. Me watching them was like, oh my God, I love them, but it's just like me knowing like they don't have the opportunities and the chances that I have in today's life. Right. So me knowing that I can do more, I'm gonna do more. Because they didn't know they childhoods, and they both, my mom and my father, both lost they mother at an early age. So they had to go through a lot for us to even get to where we are today. So I just grateful and blessed to have both of them as my parents, because they taught me so much, and that's why I am who I am. I got little pieces of my mom, and I got little pieces of my dad. The finance part, that's my dad. Gotcha. All the way. Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys don't view mine as mine.
Oh, no.
So then why not just mix finances at that point, I guess.
And it was so crazy. When we first got together, he wanted to have joint bank accounts. But that was when we first got.
That's early.
That was early for me.
But now we're 7 years in. Think about marriage, have 2 kids.
Yeah, I don't mind, because we had the same bank. And our kids, we have banks together now. So
I think it's just smarter. We will have some, but we're going to have some separate individual, because you just never know what might happen financially that might hit you, and I don't want it to hit me and hit my whole family.
Right.
That's smart.
But is that because we're not budgeting correctly?
Not even. It just, I don't know what the future might hold. Okay. I got a lot of business endeavors.
Okay.
So I just never know what might come from that. So I'd rather be smart.
And I'm not pushing any
I like these type of
mindset.
conversations, because hear other people's opinions, like I could take it as constructive criticism, you know what I'm saying? So
I just want to know the mindset, because it sounds like you guys basically share everything at this point.
Yeah. So. We do. My account is her account, even though like the credit card I finally did put on one of my credit cards.
You want to ask for one, okay?
I had to help her.
It was just how he did it.
She didn't get no credit card, so I said, "Here, you need one."
And I didn't know. I wish what I know now.
It was a learning experience.
It was a learning experience.
But it was a learning experience for both of us, because I wasn't spending as crazy as she was, so I would.
But I didn't know how serious it was. My mom she's a wonderful woman, but certain things I didn't know, like especially like finances and things like that. So it was like he was the one who was teaching me that type of stuff. So I am definitely putting consideration in everything he's teaching me. And sometimes it may come off as like he sound like my mom or my dad, like, you shouldn't be spending. It's like I'm just doing little things for myself, and I just have to. He just wants me to, and that's why we really did. We wrote down a budget of what we even out to eat together.
We haven't followed it just yet.
I be trying to, but he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't want to. It just I guess. Like perfect timing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we did write down a budget and everything.
I'm not going to get too far into the finances, but I think something that helps us is just do cash. So if you budget out $300 for fun, $200 for food, just do cash. Then it's hard to break away from
Don't do the card.
Don't do those cards.
It just get to a point where you feel like you got a limited money.
Yeah, and it does.
When your tax refund is having to go to pay off a credit card, I think maybe you did something wrong, unless you needed that. But it sounds like a lot of it went to Sheem. So
no, it's not.
No, honestly, this year, only reason we got where we were is because
the car moving.
That's what it was.
We had to move 2 times.
We moved like 3-4 times in 1 year. That's
literally twice in 1 year.
People don't understand. Like that's the only reason our credit and everything.
And from Indiana, right?
Yeah, from Indiana.
It was a lie. So we're still catching up.
Plan when you're gonna move. Please properly plan.
Well
in advance. Yeah. Don't go think you're gonna live with this person. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. And then when you do go live with that person, stick with your first plan. If you say I'm only gonna be here for a selective amount of months, be there for that selective amount of months. Yeah. Don't get too comfortable and listening to what the people around you saying. You feel like, okay, we can do something bigger. No, stick with your plan.
Right.
If we would have stuck with the plan from the start, we would never even got in the predicament that we got in.
Yeah.
But we got comfortable. I even tell y'all a little bit because it was a blessing in the disguise, but also at the same time, like I said, if I would have stuck with the plan, it would have been exactly what it supposed to have been. But when we first got out here, we was living with one of my sisters. I love my sister. Thank you. I appreciate her because we would not be here. But when we was getting ready to move from her house, we ended up moving with an individual that a stranger, that we met at a hospital. Because at that time she was sleeping. When we first came, we was sleeping on the airbed and stuff like
crazy.
that. So we was hurry up trying to, I was trying to make sure she get comfortable as fast as I can. So she ended up thinking she was spotting a little bit.
Yeah, I was nervous.
So I ended up taking her to the hospital, and then it was crazy because when we get there, we end up meeting this other couple. They seen us, and they just end up start talking to us crazy.
Yeah, it was
the guy, not the lady. The guy, he one of those people that just he got a lot of energy.
Yeah,
he know how to network, and if he sees something in you, he gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
So I guess he seen something into me, and then we just started having a conversation, and I guess kind of like letting him know a little bit of what was going on. And then he was like, "We looking for a roommate." I said, "We looking to move." What you trying to do? So then we ended up moving in with him, and then long story short, him and who he was dating with didn't work out. So that kind of messed up the whole situation for everybody.
Right.
So we ended up having to leave. If we would have stuck with the plan, we would have been left. But we got comfortable. And we thinking that it's finna be a big group of everybody finna move in. We finna get a bigger house.
Yeah,
never gonna work.
Family. It was just like
too many variables.
Yeah.
We didn't know him enough for one.
Yeah.
So that should have never been even on in our brain.
Yeah.
But we end up have to. I guess he. This is what we learned when it's time to come to pay for rent. We had our end, but he didn't have his.
Yeah.
So we end up. We paid the last month rent, but after that it was like a mission. I thank her because without her, I would probably would have been back in Gary, Indiana, because this girl right here, I love you, thank you. But she went on a mission, and when I mean she found a house within 2-week frame.
Wow.
Literally in a 2-week frame, found us come on, we got to go meet with them. We got to go put the deposit down here, there. Now, I couldn't even care how much it costed. I couldn't ask none of these questions. We got to make sure we move somewhere. So we ended up getting in a one-bedroom with me, her, and my friend, our son. But he ended up having to move, and that's a story he had to tell y'all on his own. I don't even want to tell y'all his story. So he ended up moving for a good year.
Yeah.
So we ended up while we was in that one bedroom, it was too small for us.
Yeah.
For one, we got me, her, a baby on the way, and my other son. So she go back again on her search. So, but the thing is, she didn't go too deep on her search because the property manager had promised us to cause we was supposed to be in a 2-bedroom from the jump.
I'm gonna have to stop you guys.
You okay?
We gotta
I'm sorry,
move
we
on.
have so many stories.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the kind of support you can't get from not a real relationship. So it's cool that you would. Yeah, that's the kind of support you get from a real partner. So I don't know. Did that make you learn anything about her that she was able to? Yeah,
I got the one.
Yeah.
When it's time to go somewhere, do something, I got the one.
There you go. All right, so short term, we want to pay off the credit cards. We got a new house coming. Long term, 5-10 years. Where are we at in this relationship?
We gonna have, for one, since her travel agency business is gonna be going very well, and I'm gonna have a few movies and TV shows out within 5 years.
Okay.
Y'all might see me on a couple Tubi, Netflix, or my own network.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's solid.
There you go. All right, so let's talk about compatibility, communication. How do you guys rate your communication? Let's just say a scale of 1 to 10.
I was finna say the same number. That is not a bad thing, but that's one thing that we need to work on is our communication. I think we
What's
both
there
have,
to work on?
I guess what
Comprehending.
Okay.
I don't think it's comprehending.
I feel like we
Here we go.
communicate very well. It's just comprehending exactly what the partner actually mean or trying to get across is where we kind of we hear you, but we don't really hear you.
So we're 7 years in. What have we done to try to work on that? Or have we been having the same
slow
problems?
things down of how I talk, and I listen way, way more. Like, I do a lot of listening to the point where
You agree with that, Tiffany?
It was just one time. This is how I know he listened because he didn't say nothing back. And I'm in school, so we sometimes what we learn is active listening, and sometimes we have to listen without speaking, or it just to hear all in. And one day, I was so upset with him. My cousin was in town, and I snapped. I was a little drunk too, but I was a lot of stuff that I was holding in that I let out that night, and he didn't say nothing. He just let me talk. And the next day, he gave me some flowers and some candy. He said, I listened to everything you word you said. He told me I listened, and I genuinely felt like he listened because he just listened. He didn't talk back. He didn't.
And has that been a one-time thing, or have you been seeing it getting better and better?
It has been getting better, but that was the one time I know, like, oh yeah, I'm better getting together, or that was I was at the edge. I was at the edge with that. But I feel like we can get better with communication because I especially with me, I have triggers and it's certain words that make me feel like, I don't know, not belittling me, but it's like, how can I say the right word? I don't know, make me feel like I'm not a child. And it's not that I feel like a child.
Like less than.
Yeah, a little bit. Because I don't want to make it like a bear cut because he's a wonderful guy. It's some words that come off.
I'm blunt. I'm very blunt at times.
Yeah,
so.
but now you can say that. Yeah, he's very blunt. And it's just how it comes off. And I wish it come off not a little softer. Because I'm sensitive.
Yeah, of course.
So that's that. Look, y'all, I'm going to cry because.
But
no,
I feel like maybe he's already started to grasp that a lot.
So you recognize I'm blunt, I'm to the point. But so when it's coming out of your mouth, do you know that she's about to take it wrong?
Sometimes, sometimes I just never know what I might say or how I might say it and how she might react to it because it's like you just never know.
Right.
You don't know what words trigger her.
Well, you just never know when it's 5 months in. We're 7 years in. I'm sure you know sometimes I'm about to say something.
No, sometimes I know, but it's like I know you need to hear this.
Okay.
Even if it might hurt a little bit, I know I'm the person that I prefer. You hear it from me, then you go out in the world, somebody else say it.
Of course. Dee, how would you prefer to hear it? I mean, I'm sorry, Tiffany.
Okay.
Tiffany, how would you prefer to hear it?
I don't want to get it all nice and sweet like
What
roses.
if he wrote a note for you? That if it's something big?
No, that would be lovely. And I don't mind like talking because communication, like I always say, is a big part of me. Mm-hmm. Communication wise, because I feel like.
I'm sorry, we don't have tissues.
You're
I'm
okay,
sorry.
And that's the vodka as well. So. And I already knew I was gonna get emotional about this because like I feel like it's gonna make us stronger.
Yeah,
of course.
So, but I definitely I always have, and I said, communication is gonna be our biggest downfall because I feel like even with me, I need the way I talk sometimes to come off as aggressive, and I never used to be like that. But with him, it's sometimes a challenge. So I'm coming defensive mode. That's what you can basically say. I come off the defensive.
Yeah.
But I am definitely working on that and trying to me being softer. But I'm only maybe getting aggressive because how it's coming off. So now I have to not raise my voice, but like I can get loud too, and I don't want that to be all the time because that is a little toxic. And that's why sometimes I go for a walk. I'll go for a walk.
That's good.
And things are done because I don't want to go back and forth with you. You know what I'm saying? And
sing gospel.
I'll sing gospel. I'll do something things like that.
That's beautiful.
What if you guys something that had worked for us is we would just text each other instead. If we know
that it works.
That does work.
Because we supposed to you get more out.
Yeah.
Because they gotta read you.
Right.
Yeah. They interrupt you.
It takes some time.
That part too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
So, I mean, let's try to recognize these things more because I know, I'm like you. I know when I say something, I know how she's going to take it every time. Mm-hmm. So I hear you, but I know that you know how she's going to take it.
Sometimes, but like sometimes you be having some spontaneity.
Sure.
Like,
let me be honest. Like, sometimes you want to have that reaction. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Sometimes
not
you
really. Not with her. Y'all don't like with them. I know. I prefer her.
I'm with a Hispanic.
I'm Latina, boy.
I prefer her happy as best as I can keep her. Like the smile. I love it.
I'm usually happy 24/7.
I know when her energy is down.
But when
that's
she's
what
bickering,
I don't like that. I hate when her energy down. And she playing like I know something wrong and she act like there's nothing wrong. That's what I hate.
Yes, I know.
Just be honest with me if you feel it's like you mad sad right now.
But what about whenever she actually does piss you off? Whenever she is in the wrong.
I be petty sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I'm a Leo, so I'm not gonna say I never not be petty.
Hey, what are you?
A Leo, but August. So yeah, I know. So I mean, how often are we having these communication issues? Is it rare now?
It's like it just depends on what we're talking about.
Or the topic, maybe.
Really,
if it's financial, I think that's little bit, not lately, but I think that's where it comes off, is communicate with the finances.
Do we recognize it's a
finance
certain topic?
And she want to go out more.
And not that I want to go out more, I want to spend more time with him more.
She want she a
time.
travel
There's
agent.
free ways to.
I be trying to say that too,
ways.
but that ain't what she want right now. She want to go to the room.
No, the only reason
There's nothing wrong with it.
I know that, but see how I'm getting defensive because maybe it's how it's coming off, and I'm sorry. So
well, look, we're in Vegas. There's plenty of cheap things to do.
It is.
Yeah.
So I can't get me more excited because I'm a travel agent and all these great deals. So it's like I want to take advantage of these, and I get it right back in my pocket. You know, it's like, but you still have to spend it. I understand that. It's just, but I'm getting excited.
But you get it right back in your pocket, but then it comes
right back out, and I understand that. And that's why.
So some of the things we do this too.
Yeah.
You have to recognize, we're only in our 20s. Like we still got plenty of time to do these things. Let's build up more.
Exactly.
So have your set budget for fun. Use that. And once it's gone, recognize it's gone until next month.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got some communication issues, but we can work on those. Yeah. All right, so what do we identify as our partner's strengths and weaknesses? We'll start with Tiffany. What do you recognize as Dee's? Let's start with strengths.
Strengths can like
anything you want. That you like. It's a strength about him.
That's how he's head on. He's strong. Even with the entrepreneur, he know his goals. Like whatever he's going for, he's reaching for. He's not gonna give up. And that's what I love about him. Like, he always has a vision, not even for himself, for everybody. I don't know if that's a strength, but it is to see a vision for everybody. I don't know. Yeah. But that's one of the things I love about him. Like, he wants everybody to eat with him. I just love that about him. But yes, those are all my strengths. I don't know if this is
We'll start. That's good. No, Dee, strength for Tiffany.
Her kind heart, how kind-hearted she is, the mother that she is.
Okay.
Like
that's important.
Yeah, no, that really is, because I'm blessed to have her. Like, for her to be my son's mother is oh my God. I'm thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Do you often tell her how thankful you are?
Yeah, I tell her a lot, because I know, for one, I had a good mother. So me watching her is like it's like me watching my mom all over again, but on a different level.
Right.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
And then another strength she have is she don't give up either. Even though she'll stop if she don't like doing something, she'll move on so fast.
It's not like my mom.
Like, she got that. If she didn't want to be here, she gonna move on to something quicker and better, and she know how to find it just as fast as she found that one. So her ability to find anything that she want is amazing.
Okay. Beautiful. Knowing what she wants and going and getting it.
Yes.
All right, let's do weaknesses. And you don't have to hit bone.
Her main weakness is she don't believe in herself enough.
Okay.
Like, when it comes to certain things, she only thinks she's a little good, or I can do this a little bit. Like the thing I was talking about, the podcast. Yeah. Like, after this, y'all gonna have to just hear her reading the ad, like the ad that they make people read. And you gonna say, you didn't make that up, or like this is like professionally done. How you doing certain things? Like, she got so much talents, hidden talents of her own that she just be hiding away from. That I can't wait till I can really show her.
What do you do to foster those?
Just I baby steps.
Okay.
You gotta take baby steps with her, because I tried to take big leaps in them start arguments, because at that moment it feel like me trying to control what I want you to do.
Gotcha. When she takes it as like you're trying to control
force
me.
It.
Yeah. Okay. When I'm trying to just show you, like, you don't understand the how good you is, and that I know that you can be.
Gotcha.
Like, man.
All right,
I
Tiffany.
appreciate all that. Oh, and the only thing is with weakness is he gets mad too fast sometimes, and I'm trying to don't let that bother you, or he'll let a bad day ruin his whole day. And
Why do you guys sound like us? Why do you guys sound like us?
Amen, girl.
Yeah,
he's
no,
amazing.
I get that.
Don't get me wrong, but yes, the patience is definitely a weakness, and you have to work on that, because
as an entrepreneur, you want it now. You want to,
yes.
You feel like you spend 20 hours a day working.
Man, you spend what? 365
all the time. And so you get pissed when something goes wrong, because you're like, man, I spent 20 hours working on this. So no, I get it. I get it. And so what do you do to help him along with that?
Just let him know, like, I'm don't let it ruin your day. You got this. Like, look at this, what you did. You know what I'm saying? I just trying to remind him how much hard work he has done to even get this far. You know what I'm saying? So look where you're at now. So don't let this one little thing ruin your whole day. You know what I'm saying? So I have to, because he will. And if he has a bad day, everybody's going to have a bad day. Or we're going to.
I get that.
Yeah. So, and it's patient with me as with me as well. But I just remind him, like, take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got this. You got this.
So do you guys feel respected and valued by the other?
I do.
And if so, let's like try to state one way in the last week that the other person made you feel respected or valued in this relationship. In the last week.
I'm gonna say, okay, we living with one of my friends right now.
Okay.
So the main thing is, cause I'm a man, so I be trying to tell her like certain things. I understand courtesy of after a while, but after a while, it's no more courtesy. I'm for real.
I can only wait so long.
Yeah, like so. Like when he first came, she was like making his plate and all like this, but she don't realize that little thing kind of messed with me a little bit.
Right, so, I get that.
So but now it get to a point where she fully respect me. And Nate, make your own plate.
Yeah, I don't make it, and it don't be disrespectful. This is my hospitality. When I'm cooking, I just make for everybody plate. I make sure
well, you're
my son,
making the meal. So
yeah, I'm making the meal. Okay. Yeah, I make my son plates first, and then make his plate.
But it's funny now because my brother, when he cook now, he'll make my plate. So it's like, bro, stop tripping, man.
So that's one little thing, but that's a little bit the respect. Just him listening more and just like that's really hard. Just we don't argue every day, but like it's the little things. I guess just listening and just. Don't go too far off on me. I don't know. It's just a little things. Like, okay. The respect, the thing I used to get mad about, he don't mind me starting things, but he just want to make sure it doesn't take quality time from me and him as well.
Right.
So, like, I go to school and now I'm working and I just added this hobby. Well, I don't call it a hobby because I am going to take this serious. Entrepreneur is another travel agent. Mm-hmm. So he realized, like, he's support me. Then he's like, oh, he's going to take away from me and him, well, our quality time. I'm like, you're an entrepreneur. You've edit all day, and you know when I want quality time, what I do with this now I'm breaking. But he respect that I want more for my family. So that's what I appreciate him. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering, but that's what I appreciate.
Yeah,
that's what I appreciate is respecting my goals and what I'm working for.
So let's this is what I call like the fundamental questions. So let's start with a big one. Why them? So why each other? And it can't be I'm attracted to them.
Oh, no. I think it's go far beyond attracted. It just, like, we balance each other out to me. That's always said that, like, with everything goes on just supporting each other. And I just, all we've been through so much with each other. I don't even think I could find another partner that to compare to what we went through at all. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this is my meant to be person.
Is it more so like experience, more so feeling?
Yeah. It's spiritual, mentally.
Literally, like, spiritual, especially connected. It's like, even when we try to be apart from each other, we couldn't. Right. Like, literally, like.
It's irritating.
We want to find a way. We want to be best friends. We want to be friends. Like, we can be something. Just, we can't go too far. I don't want you to just disappear out of my life. I don't want that. Like, no, we work too hard.
Me graduate.
Yeah, literally.
So like,
literally.
She a part of my journey. She a part of my story.
Just growing up, growth-wise. We went through so much.
Honestly, to me, I feel like that's beautiful. Yeah. And it's wholesome in a relationship where, like, you know, you're not just showing up when everything's done and made. Mm-hmm. Like, here, this is what I can do for you. More so, like, you know, just building up. And at the end of the day, that's your story by all means. But it's also beautiful that you both have that together. Yeah. Where this is where I met you. And, like, look at us now.
And
you know, we're just continuously growing. And I feel like that in itself is just very inspirational and also just gives you that fuel, you know, to be better for your other partner.
Yeah, he makes me better, especially with the finances, because without him, I'd probably be spending more. I never had that growing to focus on budgeting, so that's why I feel like that was meant to come my life with, especially with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's so crazy because before he started working at TGI Fridays, I worked there first, so it was weird that I met him there where I used to work at. So that's why I'm like, we're. Somehow
we just went this weekend. I ain't going back.
Yeah, we went.
No, we're TGI.
Yeah, we went there.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It went from $40 to $81.
Oh.
From 30 to 80.
Yeah, I guess because I'm in Vegas now. TGI Friday want to charge.
Yeah, what I usually order.
Are you guys eating on the strip though?
No, it was right. It was about y'all know where Flamingo at and the Palm?
Yeah, that shouldn't be expensive.
It's right across from the Palm.
Ooh.
And we had regular meals.
Like I had with Indiana that I usually always get. I love my favorite meal, just pasta and you
know,
know.
the little entree classic look.
We even went on a little try to budget it because it was a platter and it was more something. I think it was more, and so like, just get this platter. It's the same thing, but it's cheaper or something like that. What he likes, it was with the mozzarella sticks and I liked it the potato skin. So it was like we was compromising. It was cute though. Like,
you seen that bill? I said we should have went to a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, literally.
We feel that way all the time. We'll go to get burgers because we're trying to be cheap, and it'd be like $100. You know, I could have got for all the time.
So that's what we compromise more, communication more. Okay. We're definitely working on all those.
Yeah. D, why her?
Why Tiffany? For one, I'm gonna have to say her mindset.
Okay.
I don't think no one I'm not even gonna say I don't think no one. They probably could. I don't want anyone.
And that's important because there is something for couples need to recognize. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this is the only person made in the world for me." That's not true. You can go find a billion other people. It's about choosing each other.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know that I have the option to stay with her. And I know that I don't like to be a statistic or anything like that. I want to be the complete opposite. I know that I can be with somebody from 17, 18 and grow with them. Oh, I know I can.
And that's awesome.
And I love it to be with this person that's right with Tiffany. I don't want to do that with anybody else. I want to see how far we go. I want to see all the goals that she want to accomplish. I want her to see all the goals that I accomplished, our kids accomplished.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to see our story.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So next big question then, how have you guys grown and changed as individuals since you've been together? I mean,
I used to say I was never going to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And that's like, well, how you going to grow if you can't change?
Exactly. That's a good question, Tiffany.
Yeah, I used to say that. I can't even remember when he, like the last time he said that, he was walking out the door at his mama's house and it's like so vividly. I'm never going to change. I'm like, how are you going to grow if you never want to change? Like, what?
And that's another common misconception. You need to be willing to change when you come into a relationship.
You grow. You grow. You get older every year. Why wouldn't you grow with your age?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need to grow into your partner. Nobody is just made for each other. You need to grow together.
As much as as much as I want us to hear and like believe in soulmates, yes, at the end of the day you guys have, but at the same time you have to work together. Like it's just so many people out here.
Real soulmates work through it all the way into the end.
Exactly.
That's what a soulmate
regardless
is.
of whether you believe in like, oh, there's one person out there for me. I mean, you got to work. It's a lot of work in any relationship.
It's a job you can't quit this job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the whole, you accept me at my worst? No. You need to be willing to change. And that's important in a relationship. So I'm glad that you recognize that. When did your change of mindset come on that then?
That 1 year when we broke up.
Okay.
So a lot came from that 1 year.
I think even for me,
that was like a big growth for us on a major level. And then I said for us not to get back together for a full year, it was like, is we gonna get back together?
Right.
This finna be over.
Right.
And we really didn't know at that time. So that made me realize, like, at that time, I was already growing, like, little bit by little bit, but not in relationship-wise. Because, like, I was already growing, like, business mindset-wise and me, like, learning the credit-wise. Like, I'm learning. I'm growing everywhere else but one spot. So it's like, and then I started paying attention to that as well. Like, I'm getting better at everything else, but that it's not her. It got to be me at this point. So I started, paying attention to, like, okay, yes, I can change a little bit. I can change the way I feel about this. I can change the way I say this. I can. Like, it's me saying I can besides saying I can't and I want.
Right. All right, let's ask the big question then. So it sounds like, Tiffany, you might be Christian?
I can say I'm Christian. I'm going to, it's very, very religious, but I definitely Christian. I'll go to church. I love listening to gospel music.
Do you guys share that?
Yeah,
I believe in God.
Yeah, we went to church before together. Found a good church out here.
I was raised in the church.
Yeah, his granddad.
I can't say I'm not Christian.
My great grandmother, yeah.
Are we raising the kids Christian, or is it kind of how are we approaching that?
Freely. They're gonna know of God. They're gonna know things about God. We're gonna go to church once in a while, but it's not gonna be as strict or forced as it was when I was.
And you guys
younger.
both share that mindset.
Yeah, because my son, he loves church. He likes seeing them playing on drums. He my oldest son, so. And I could tell right now my baby boy he
loves music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we took him to church when he was young, but now 1 year.
Yeah. So let's start with Dee this time. What are your 3 most important values that you need your partner to have?
Well, Communication.
Okay.
Being reasonable.
Okay.
And being understanding at times.
Okay. And what about you, Tiffany?
Communication, compromising, and just understanding each other. And I mean, I even understand like if we need
Have you guys voiced those values to each other and what's important?
We sat in the car the other day.
Yeah, we sit. Sometimes we just sit in the car, like we just have moments where we just talk about whatever's in our brain at that moment.
Yeah.
Because I know that's important.
Yeah.
Just to talk sometimes.
How often you guys have conversations like that then?
For this year, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
So it's been like every other week to every.
Let's talk about our goals. Let's go. Little things like that.
Do you guys take a lot out of those conversations?
Yes, because you start, like she said, at the moments we listening more.
Yeah.
It's not more like most of the time when we really be like trying to talk or get our point across, we'll be arguing.
Yeah.
So at this moment when we both already at a calm manner, and like even when she'll say something and I get. Or she say something, she say, there you go, you're doing it right now. You see what you're doing? Why you got to give me that energy for?
And so too many partners don't really learn about each other until they're arguing. So it's important to have those conversations. How often are you guys having conversations like that?
Like arguing,
no.
Just
like,
in general,
like this is what's important to me. And what
I think lately, especially
we've been voicing way more than what we.
Is there anything that prompted that?
He has a lot of stuff going on for himself, like these movie premieres. So at Ages, and then where I'm working on my goals. So it's like, what are our next goals, or what are we looking forward to our goals this year, or like what are our goals this summer, like what are we planning, like things like that we will talk about.
So just compromising with each other and each other plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about conflicts. I know we kind of already touched on it quite a bit, but let's just go a little bit more into it. So what is the last big argument that you guys had? And if it's too sensitive, you don't have to.
I'm trying to think. What? It wasn't Nate.
No. So it was when the Poppy.
Poppy.
Yeah, this girl was calling him Poppy. Okay.
Why was the girl calling you Poppy? Why was the girl?
That's just how she talks.
I didn't tell her to call me that in no formal way. It was new to me when it was new to her.
That's how she talks.
So like that's what be throwing me off. Like something the female does that I don't be having no control over sometimes. So and then I even told her, you want me to say something to her? I will. So it's not like I wouldn't say anything, but it's at the point where it's like she don't even want me to say nothing, because if I say something at this point, the girl gonna know that.
Tiffany.
I don't want to make a drama. It's just like, why is she? It's just,
but in that way, you're kind of bringing the drama onto him instead.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want to bring the drama into him.
Yeah.
But it was just a subject that I wanted to make him. My feelings basically like.
And how did you make him aware? Because it sounds like it was the last.
Because at first he's like I think you told me like she called me Poppy or something like that. No, you was just
I think you just end up saying when she texts me Poppy.
Yeah, because she's like, hey Poppy, you busy? Because now we're connecting, girl, and you know you.
I'm gonna be honest. So,
yeah,
of course, anybody would be mad about that.
Yeah, it was just they caught me off guard.
I'm more concerned.
They caught me off guard too.
I don't know why she calling you Poppy, and it was more than one thing. So it's like I could tell everything. Well, I don't want to cause drama because I don't like conflict. You know what I'm saying? It was just something that rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm like, does she like you? You know, I'm just asking those little questions, and I promise I'm not conflict. I don't like drama.
No.
When we say big argument,
but it ended up coming big because it ended up
coming about a 6-7 because she was making it a point, like making it a big thing.
Because it only got big because he said something like, if I wanted her, I could have her, and that was the wrong choice of words with me. So
that's the picking at
even
the
my bro was like,
whoa. I ain't gonna lie, at that moment, because she kept saying it over time, so like I don't even be texting the girl at all. Like we be going months without having no conversation. So, but she'd still bring it up. So when she brought it up, I was like it wasn't me trying to be petty, but at that moment I was mad and irritated too. Like, girl, you keep bringing up somebody that's irrelevant. I'm not even talking about this person no more. I'm not even really working with this person.
That brung it up.
So you keep bringing up somebody that I'm trying to move it past this, and you keep bringing this up.
But they keep working. I don't want him to feel like he can't work, because one thing about me, I want to trust you and things like that. I don't want it to go out like, who's gonna be calling Poppy today? Well, that's one thing I never done with him. Like, you can't work with this person, you can't work with the person, because that's what he's an entrepreneur and he network connects a lot. And sometimes it comes off friendly to me, like because he's a friendly person. And first, it's not my fault my mom made me friendly. I used to hate that. It's not my fault my mom made me friendly and things like that. But after that, I let him be an entrepreneur, can never connect. And then that was the only thing I ever complained about. Even him being an entrepreneur and business wise talking. I even went out with her before. We all went out together. And then that just caught me off guard.
Anybody that calls you a nickname, shut it down. Unless it's a guy,
honestly,
just shut it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Show her how much you respect her. Because if someone's calling her mommy,
That would be mad.
It's one thing
Yeah.
that, what if someone called me mommy? But if you saw that text message, you'd be like,
That would be mad.
just think, how would you want her to have responded if she got a message like that? And then you do the same thing. And then you don't even have to show her. Just in the back of your head, keep that message there. So when she sees it, boom, she respects you.
You know, I the thing is, I do that.
Yeah.
When like I feel like somebody overstep their boundaries,
Yeah.
for sure. I always make sure I let them know what's going on. Or hey,
Okay.
I don't know what I did or how I did it, but this is not that.
I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, so I do let it be known, but it just, for sure, future reference, if I see anything like that now on, I will take care of it right when it happens.
It's just how to
appreciate-
it's
and
more so like, it sounds like you guys have trust with each other.
Yeah,
but it's
I
more
really
so
do
like,
trust him. Yeah.
No, I know if this ever came out, I want my lady, my
Yeah.
woman to feel like.
And I don't want it to make it seem like I'm the only one to have a problem. It was trying to make it seem like I had a big issue. Like, he didn't care if he called him Poppy. And I think that's what we started arguing for real. Like, do you care if she called you Poppy? So I was like,
But, honestly, being in your shoes, that realistically is like nothing.
It's
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, it really
it's
but
nothing.
it's nothing to him, And
I'm just like, this is like somebody saying, "What up, bro?"
and I'm like,
Exactly. But you just
Exactly.
gotta think, how would she, or how would I feel if she got that
Yeah.
message?
I just
And
want to understand
so
my point of
that's just
view.
always the best way to think about these things. So, okay, are there any specific issues or conflicts that, if left unaddressed, would cause issues down the line, would cause this to not be successful long term?
If something that need to be said and it was unaddressed,
Like, is there anything right now that like needs to be addressed or has been an issue long term that if it's not fixed, it's going to cause serious issues down the line?
no, I feel like you bring it up like the communication wise
Yeah.
and finances, because I feel like those maybe
Finance was our main issue.
yeah.
Okay.
As long as
yeah.
we have since we have been like communicating more with finance, we've been getting where I know we will be.
Yeah.
But other than that, that was my main issue. Like, girl, if you don't get your money right and
It
try to
was-
get it right, I'm gonna have to. You hurting me.
And it was communication with me. So it was just like those two things were our biggest goals. But biggest goals wouldn't work on.
Sure.
So, but like finances, I understand, and especially me having 2 kids, that's something I definitely want to work on.
100%,
So
100%.
I was just trying to, like, I know it sounds childish, but I just want to let him know, like, we can still take care of the bills, but also take care of ourselves. Like, I haven't bought no clothes in a minute until lately, but that was because I be.
We got Sheen coming right now.
But that's a lately, but
has it
it's
been
coming
delivered?
take 2 weeks to ship.
So I'm gonna put this
back.
thing on you, D. Create a budget. Say you got X amount of dollars to spend on Shein or online or anything, and then if she spends outside of that, you have a reason to be upset.
Exactly.
But until that's done, it's like she doesn't know.
One
you
of
know?
you have to take the initiative.
Yeah, and it's
100%.
crazy
And if you're the
thing is-
finance guy, you get on it. That's what I would say.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and-
it,
yeah.
it gives you guys both peace of mind.
It will.
You know what his expectations are. She knows what yours are. And then you have a reason to be upset.
Yeah, and I will take the accountability.
There you go.
Go drive some Uber rides or something.
I don't even like her using Uber.
I don't use if it's an
Uber
emergency.
or Uber Eats. I like, girl, I go get that.
Sometimes
Uber is
I don't
way
like
too expensive.
Yeah.
Way
I need
too
that
And I-
gas
I'm-
money.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like bothering him because right now he's
That
the
be
only one
irritating.
driving.
Ask me,
no,
bo-
listen,
bother
I know,
me.
But sometimes when I ask him,
When it
it's
come
how
to money,
he say,
bother
yeah,
me.
I'm
Bother me. I
bothering
get you. I
him. So I
get
be
you.
like, I don't want to deal with that attitude when I'm asking you to do something.
I'm gonna
for
be
me.
more irritated when you
So,
get it though.
We got a Wingstop through Uber Eats, and we're talking about $100.
Yeah,
It gets
yeah,
crazy.
It gets crazy, but I haven't lately like now.
Yeah.
But I work from home, so sometimes I'll order DoorDash, and
Sure.
because it's a short break, whatever. But I'm getting better. I haven't ordered DoorDash.
Well, there goes budgeting.
Yeah,
This is
budgeting.
grocery. So what has
You
helped
just
us,
did
because
Wendy's.
we've had that same experience, literally just cash.
Yeah, yeah.
Cash. It's old school. It sucks
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
the bank or going to the ATM.
Yeah,
but at the end of the
yeah.
day, this is how much I have. You can't DoorDash.
Right,
because
right.
it's cash.
It's cash. I like that.
No, she right. We about to try it out.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, we finna carry.
How about external stressors? Anything like that? It sounds like living situation, but outside of that, you guys got family stressors or?
We are far from our family, so that is a big stress because you never know what might can happen and
Absolutely.
like health wise for us or them.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest stress for us because
especially for me, yeah.
we done had relatives with a few car accidents and things like that we couldn't just jump and go there, and that's like one of the main things that I don't like being too far from my family, but I do understand like I need to grow on a different level.
100%.
Yeah.
So
100%.
this is
You've got your own family now.
yeah. So
exactly.
I can't make stress too much about it, but go back as much as I can, and I even send my son there for the summers, both of them. So it's like just being grateful for those little moments that we can do, and not really stressing about what we can't do.
Okay. So let's see. It sounds like there's been infidelity in the past. Are there any trust issues now?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm open like a book.
We are. Let me tell you, like, we are definitely one of a kind couple. Like, we're our trust is there. Like, if I have to, I really it's crazy because I don't have any like to question him anything at this point. Like, if he'll tell me something like if a girl you kill him on or girl's interested in us, he'll be like, hey, this girl thinks you cute, things like that. Like, it just we're growing and just find new things, experiences, I guess. But we trust each other 100%.
No, that's important, especially because like there's been infidelity in the past. That's something that a lot of couples can't come up.
It comes from, and yeah. Definitely.
No, I learned the truth will set you free.
It will. And I'm not perfect at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when we weren't together, I was talking to this guy, but it was nothing serious. I just showed him like it was other fish.
I almost lost my.
You know
what was he from? Orlando.
From Florida.
It wasn't even in the same state.
But it was. That's how you know.
I said, how you gonna go from one long distance to another long distance?
He was just, it was just. I just want to see, and it was really me just standing my ground, like, you know what I'm saying, like putting my foot down, like. Because other relationships, like, I would let them walk over me. I don't care. Let them talk. But this one, I just know you're not finna talk to me this type of way. You're not finna treat me this type of way. I can show you I have stuff under my sleeve, too. If you have someone interested in you, I have someone interested in me as well.
I got a little more turned on after that.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
She way more aggressive now. Like, she
like
is
it,
not the first person. When I first met, she not that little Tiffany.
And it's me growing up as well. So all the time I'm not aggressive, but I'm more open now. Like,
sometimes too aggressive. Like, that's why I'm trying to tell. Like, you going too far.
Yeah, sometimes I do express my feelings. Like, because I used to hate conflict. I don't want to argue with you. So if I'm feeling mad, if he makes me sad, I will still keep it aside. But now I don't do that anymore.
Okay, so we hate conflict. But how do you guys resolve it?
It depends on how far it got.
Yeah, because we'll talk calmly, and then it'll be probably a trigger word that probably set me or him off. Most of the time, maybe me, and it's because certain trigger words or how it may come off. But that's about, and I apologize. Do I apologize sometimes though, right?
Mostly what happened is after she calmed down, and then we end up saying, I tell her, let's go to the store or something. That's when we'd go in the car, and I'd be like, and she way more calm. I say, see this. I try to break down whatever I was trying to explain earlier on a different level or in a different term.
And I'd be like, you're right.
Because I understood whatever I said at that moment, I didn't say the right words at that point. Yeah, so it's like figure out how or what I was trying to say, and really get her to understand. Like you get mad for no reason sometimes. Right. Sometimes she get mad for no reason. Sometimes it's understandable, but it's just like, come on. At this point where I'm doing more listening, I can listen. I can be calm. I need you to get on that level too. I know. It's like we flip roles.
Yeah, because it'd be the other way around.
Who stays angrier longer?
Oh no, not me. Because like I said, I be trying to get him out the bad days. So I get out the. I don't stay long. He do though. He'll let it all day.
Talking to myself.
Yeah, or he'll do this with his ear. That's how you know he's thinking. I'm like,
you got tells now.
Yeah,
okay.
So she knows. You know.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I just do that just because that's just a habit
know his
I
thinking
got.
face.
Yeah.
Or he's on like I know him so well. So, and he just be quiet. And like he said, when I'm quiet with the sign. So I know even if it's not bothering him, I know when he's in thinking mode. So I'm like, what's wrong? You thinking? What's to talk about it? And sometimes he say no, and then one day, if it's okay, he just was quiet and nothing was. He said all day nothing was wrong with him, and we were going through some things. It was financial wise, and he was upset. You know, he was I was getting watery. And it's a man, you probably want to cry in front of your lady and stuff like that. But it's like, you can do that with me. That's what we're here for. So if you cry, I'm gonna cry with you. You got this. Give me a hug. We're gonna thug it out. You know. So yeah. And
did that make you feel?
Yeah, it did. It just I ain't like doing it, but
of course,
it was like everything hit me all at once. Cause like I said, it's after the fact where we did all this moving and just like me still trying to stay afloat, me trying to keep my car note going, me trying to even go out a little bit, spending quality time. It was just like so much hitting me at once. It was just like I felt like I wasn't doing enough, or I wasn't. It just how I felt, like I just wasn't doing enough, or I wasn't doing enough on my behalf. I felt like I could do more, and it was just, man, it was just a lot hitting me, like, all at one time. So it was like I was going through depression, and I realized I was going through depression at the same
and that's
time.
Scary.
Yeah.
So it was just like, that's why I'm so grateful and blessed to have her, because having that person that like support you even when you're feeling down and you don't even know why you're feeling down sometimes, and they just there, and they like she say, they embrace you. They, you know, you cuddle, you do whatever you got to do to get out that moment and get out that feeling, and then you doing the next best thing. You're on your next best task, and
this is stuff you don't get from flings. This is stuff you get from real
Exactly.
relationships with someone that actually knows you. All right, so let me ask the big question then. 7 years together, you guys seem great together. 2 kids. Why are we not married yet?
It's me on, because I felt like I want to be able to get her a nice ring.
Okay.
I don't
is
want
that that's kind of
that's the main reason.
Okay.
That's my main. I wanna be spontaneous with even how I propose to her. Like, it's just me planning and properly planning it.
So you guys are both ready. It's just
I've been ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to get married. It's just I want to do it properly.
Okay.
I don't want to do no. I don't want just some regular smegma type of stuff, or it got to be my way.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I think you guys would be great together when you guys get married. And you guys have a long, healthy, awesome relationship. So one of the big things though is maintaining that spark. So how do you guys now, been together for 7 years? It's not new by any means. Yeah. How do you guys continue to show each other you're important to me? How do you guys continue to maintain that?
Well, y'all know every holidays I'm never not giving her I got a bag. I got Christmas. Wait, no, I gotta start over. I got 2 sons' birthdays in November, Thanksgiving, Christmas, our anniversary, her birthday, and Valentine's, all that. Like back.
Yeah.
Her birthday is the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh my
You just went through all that right now.
I just went through all of that.
So are you the type of guy that is just double up, or you give her something on 13 and 14?
I try to do both, because I know each day is significant. Like,
Absolutely.
each day is different from the other. So you can't really be saying, I got you there for Valentine's Day and your birthday. I can't be that way, because that's selfish in a way. So, no, I make sure
He would ask, though, if he can't get away with it.
If it's a big thing, maybe. Yeah, right?
It was something big, but I already be playing. I know that I'm going to make sure she do something for her birthday, get something for Valentine's Day, and whatever other holiday that comes around. And then we always, we go out once in a blue moon. Like I said, we just went out the other night. We make sure we have our quality time with each other. And then we also, she's getting to the point, getting on me, make sure we have family time to the point we went to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
We've been going to carnivals. Like, we doing everything that
and
we can.
He vlogged those moments too. So
So those
That's
memories
awesome.
that we're going to always be able to go back and watch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you guys seem great. I hope you guys have a long, healthy relationship. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the last word. Anything you guys want to say?
I just want to thank y'all for letting us come on this platform.
Of course.
For sure. Looking forward to working with you guys on many other
You can
projects.
plug whatever you need to plug. I mean, we have no subscribers right now, but you can plug whatever you want to. So
this was fun.
Yeah.
Learning experience. I was actually waiting for this all day. I'm like, they don't even know they finna be my therapist, low key. So
do you guys think you learned anything about each other? Or?
Yeah.
We learn about each other every day.
Literally, like.
But I mean, for this, did this help at all?
No,
Or-
this helped measure. I feel like
definitely.
we got a lot out that
Okay.
we normally can't. We don't get out
That's
when
why
we
I
try to
said,
talk to each other.
That's good.
So, and I got to hear more of her point of view on
That's
certain
good.
things.
That's
She
why I
got to hear
wanted
my
and
point
I
of
wanted
view.
that.
Yeah.
So it's just like we got to get her a little bit more.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You
to
too,
hear.
and I wanted this to be a good experience for both of us, because it's like our way to communicate to each other and I was being funny when I say you like my therapist, but
No.
but it was no way to understand, like,
we are not licensed therapists.
so other papers to see our point and then give
Yeah.
us input and what we should maybe work on. So like to hear others put input in our relationship, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate all the constructive criticism.
That's
We all
awesome.
need that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciate this, and I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, Mr. DE. Love you.
Kicking it with you.
So,
Well, we
yeah.
appreciate you guys coming
It was a
on.
pleasure.
Yeah, it was
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you guys for being so open.
Oh,
and
yeah.